Alright, hello everybody. This is going to be my first recorded video. A lot of friends, several friends were asking me to try and do commentary on my subsequent videos. I was actually going to start it in the middle of the first game, but I didn't really feel like just throwing it in the middle there, so I'm just going to do it from the start here, and hopefully it'll go well. I'm doing this live, I'm not adding commentary after I record, so there's going to be parts where I just kinda don't have all that much to say. Golden Sun's kinda like that. There will be times when you're just kinda going along. There's not much to say about the game. I do like this one more than the first, because I played it more, and even after playing the first one, I think this one's better in a couple ways that make me enjoy it more overall. And so, as you can see from this naming screen, Felix takes over as the main character in this one. Isaac will show up later, which is what brings us to this. You didn't see this at the end of my playthrough of the first game, because I didn't remember the exact button combination, but once you save clear data, you hold the R button and left on the D-pad and press start on the main menu, and a send option will show up asking you to use a password or a link, or like a link cable, and this will transfer data from the first game. You can play without transferring data from the first game, but it will have certain things locked out to you. You have to play the first game and transfer in order to be able to do everything in the second, like side quests and whatnot. So I am going to enter the password here. As you can see, there's 3 levels of passwords. I use the gold because it transfers the most stuff. It takes quite a while to enter though, like 10-15 minutes, because it's 260 letters long, characters. And so I'm gonna do that off camera because, as I said, it takes quite a while. I'll just show the password before I finish. Alright, so here's the password. I guess you could use this password if you want to. I mean, I'm only using it for the sake of continuity from my first playthrough. There are much better passwords that you could use. I have plenty passwords myself. I'm really only using this one because I want to keep the same stuff I had from the first game. So I'm just going to scroll through here and make it visible, and anybody watching who wants to use this password can go right ahead. I had to double check this several times because I made a couple typos along the way. It's very easy to do so, getting mixed up between lowercase and capital and symbols and whatnot out of thing this big, because there's no real indication to where you screwed up. You have to go back and read over the entire thing, make sure that you did it all right. So it's pretty annoying the first few times you do it. I'm used to it because I've played this game a lot, but I've heard of people who've only played the game a few times who just absolutely hate doing this, and I understand why. I hated it the first time I played too, more than I hated not having the data from playing this game first. So that's the password, and it gets accepted. And there we go. It looks like the game just lagged there. It actually shows you all of your stats from the first game, like your equipment and stuff. It just kind of jumped over that. I have no idea what just happened. Oh, well, never mind. It was just being slow. So it redistributes your Djinni for some reason. Like I had 7 earth, 7 fire, 7 wind, 7 water, and now they're all mixed up. And it'll show you, all that stuff. Everything from the first game is transferred. And that's good because there's a lot of stuff from the first game that you can't get in the second, like the Kikuichimonji, the Assassin Blade, Miramaza. I mean, most of the treasure that isn't just like regular weapons and stuff is not obtainable in the second game. And so now we have an intro, a little scrolling dialogue thing that talks about alchemy, the whole backstory of the game. I really like this song. I really like the whole Golden Sun soundtrack. It's one of my favorites. I'm probably gonna praise the soundtrack a million times. I love almost every song. I might speed through a bit of the dialogue in this one because since I'm doing commentary, I can just kind of sum up the stuff where they sort of repeat themselves a lot and drone on. I'll probably just kind of skip through most of that and sum it up. And then after giving the backstory for everything, it recounts the events of the first game. At least it says they set out to stop Saturos and not Felix. Garrett has a nasty habit in the first game of blaming Felix for everything. Like whenever you come across something that's destroyed or people who are hurt, it's always Garrett saying Felix must have done this. And then eventually other characters start doing it too, which is kind of annoying. I mean, Saturos and Minardi say themselves that they never let Felix do anything. And you kind of start out at level 5. So obviously couldn't have done anything. I don't see why they keep blaming him for everything. Maybe it was just bad translation. Or maybe they were trying to hint at his major plot role. Colosso is one of the events that gets transferred over in a password. It says that he won Colosso in the prologue, but unless you transfer a password, you won't get any of the events related to Colosso, which is kind of stupid. I guess they just did it as an incentive to transfer marketing. So just like the first game, there's a little prologue bit before you actually start. There's not like a 3-year time skip though, this actually takes place right at the end of the first game. And as opposed to just showing the logo on the title screen of the first game, this one actually has a nice intro. It also plays here. Nice little touch. Felix now has a blue cape instead of a green cape. I guess this just has to do with the game itself. If you own the actual cartridge and you're looking at it, the sticker is green on the first game and blue on the second. That's the only correlation I've ever seen between the capes and the games and stuff. Like, in the artwork for the Lost Stage, he still has a green cape. I don't know why. Here we just have Jenna and Kraden talking about Felix and stuff that's going on. She's worried for some reason. Probably because little level 5 Felix is wandering through the final dungeon of the first game by himself. Alex, who we previously saw almost nothing of in the first game, has a much more prominent role. You'll be seeing him a lot. Oh, and I guess you might have noticed Felix didn't talk while he was here. That's because since he's the protagonist now, he kind of swaps roles with Isaac. Now he's a mute. Jenna has apparently been standing over the entire time thinking about what Alex just said to her. I guess she has the thought processes of something really stupid. I would say something like a wet towel, but that is very cliche. It makes no sense in context. I don't know why she's so hung up on this. She just won't let it go. I don't really know how they know that Isaac is here. There's like no indication. Because you're dumb as a brick. No. That didn't have it in the first game, so we can't do that. This kind of becomes a recurring plot thing throughout the story. They constantly want to talk to Isaac, and they're constantly being told that he's an enemy. And now it's being said that Kraden actually wants the lighthouses lit. So that kind of points out a major story shift there. Obviously, playing as Felix means that you're going to be trying to light the lighthouses. But now it's being shown from their perspective that Kraden agrees with it. Like they're accomplishing a goal. Kraden's not really a hostage anymore. I'm gonna go turn up the message speed there, get things through with faster. Unfortunately, checking this treasure chest will not give us a lucky cap. It only gives us a measly herb. Rather unfortunate. I would have preferred that in-game headpiece with increased crit chance and PP regeneration. No reveal, so we can't really get through here. I'm just gonna end it right here. I already had a save file because you can't really access the main menu unless you have a save file. It just jumps right into the game. So I'm just gonna save now and we'll start back here for the next part.